Alrighty, Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Crazy fight. Definitely lives up to all the expectations in my opinion. Adesanya winning the whole fight. I had it up 3 rounds to 2, and then just getting caught at the end of the fight. So I'm just gonna do a bit of a breakdown. I did not buy this pay-per-view. I watched it at a bar, with a couple of friends. So yeah, I don't have the footage, so I can't rewatch it. So everything is going to be going off memory. But I do remember this fight quite well. So first round, both boys tagging each other, nothing crazy. Adesanya was doing a great job of keeping that hand out, blocking the left hook, keeping his arm in the way every time the left hook came, doing really well at just not getting hit with the left hook, which put him out in their second kickboxing fight. And man, end of the round, that right hand hitting Alex Pereira behind the ear, which will stun you, and the left hook hitting him right on the neck. Now, if you ever see a kickboxing fight or a Muay Thai or a MMA knockout where someone gets a head kick and it lands right off the neck, that right there is the nerve. That's what's actually going to be knocking someone out. That right there turns off your brain. So, yeah, very surprised that didn't put Pereira down or out. 5 seconds left of that round. I think Israel would have finished him. So, yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that it was a history repeating itself. So, yeah, it was Adesanya winning the whole fight and then just getting hit and losing the fight. Because their second kickboxing fight was only a 3-round fight, I believe. And he got knocked out in the last round. Same here, 5-round fight, gets knocked out in the last round. So MMA and fighting, it's a crazy sport. So yeah, it's a tough one. Now, second round, back and forth. I thought Adesanya was winning the round, but just by a hair. Nothing crazy. And then last 15-20 seconds of the round, he gets taken down by Alex Pereira. Element of surprise, Adesanya was not expecting to get taken down, and he gets taken down, and that's just the way it goes. That's fighting. He normally doesn't get taken down, and I believe because he believes that the takedown is coming, but because he thought this was going to be a straight kickboxing fight, Alex Pereira had the takedown, and I believe that stole the round for him. But one thing we also got to mention is the size difference of Alex Pereira and Adesanya. Massive size difference. I believe Alex Pereira, he weighed in the scales at 63 kilos, walked in there 96 kilos, which is enormous for that weight. And Adesanya was maybe 85 kilos. He doesn't cut a lot of weight. So, yeah, that was his round. And then in the third round, fucking Adesanya comes and wrestles. That's the first time, I believe, in MMA we've seen Adesanya with a lot of offensive wrestling. He's very good defensively, but that's the first time we've seen him take someone down, hold him there for pretty much the whole round. A lot of control time. I think he had like 4 minutes of control time off the top of my head. Getting that round easy. And yeah, he had that round. And one thing Adesanya was doing in the fourth round, now that we go to that, he was getting his back on the cage, and it almost looked like he was just trying to taunt Alex, just moving his head side to side. He was doing very well at that, getting out of the way of the punches, but sometimes you got to stop being so showy and you got to do what's winning the fight. And one of the fighters I was with, a very high-level Muay Thai fighter, was saying Adesanya was putting both hands like that and getting exposed with the uppercuts and just getting hit. And I believe that he would have done better if he had his hands up tight, because even then you can defend the takedown from there. I've been taught MMA defense, those elbows, it's just like the Muay Thai clinch. You just bring those elbows down and you're stopping a takedown right there. Obviously, Adesanya has more experience in MMA than I do. So I can't fault him for that, because I don't know. I don't know if having those hands out would have been better defensively. It's just not my skill set, so I can't judge him for doing it too much. But if that was a straight kickboxing fight, not a good idea. Having these hands up like that, that's what you want to do. And from what I know, having your hands there, you can defend takedowns very easily. But yeah, I had that fourth round for Adesanya. He was just picking his shots. From memory, he was landing the cleaner shots. Not doing a crazy amount of damage, but just outscoring Pereira. And in the fifth round, Alex's corner said to him, "Man, you got 5 minutes to be a world champion. You got to take this. They didn't bullshit him, which I love. They told him the brutally honest truth. You know, if you've got a coach that just says, oh yeah, you're winning this fight, you just got to coast. You know, those aren't the people that you want in your corner. You want someone who's going to be real. You want someone in there that's going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's what Alex's corner did. And when Izzy was on the cage, got clipped with a big left hook. I believe it was an early stoppage, but you can't fault the referee for that, because for all we know, if that went for another 5 seconds, Izzy could have been unconscious. We don't know the damage that he was actually taking. Israel himself said that it was an early stoppage, but his corner thinks that it was a good decision to stop the fight. So, yeah, take that for what you will. His coaches obviously care about him. They know what he... they know what is best for him and his career. Because I remember after he got knocked out by Alex Pereira, Eugene actually said that he made him took a whole year off fighting, would actually lie to him saying that no one wants to fight him because he just didn't want him to take more head damage. And that's how you know someone is looking out for you, if they want you to fully recover from a big knockout like that. Because that was the only time Adesanya's been knocked out in his career up until now. So he's only been knocked out by one person twice. Second round, I'd call it a TKO, not a knockout. But it could have been a knockout if it went a little bit longer. We just don't know. But if I was the referee, I would have let that go a little bit longer. But it's so tough in that moment. You know, it looked like Adesanya was getting hit. He was but when watching the replay in slow motion, he was rolling with the punches. And yeah, now what to do from here? I believe a rematch is in order, because Adesanya has cleared out that division. The only person he hasn't beaten other than Alex Pereira is Sean Strickland. And I don't think Sean Strickland deserves a shot at Israel Adesanya, because he just lost to Alex Pereira. I don't know if he's booked yet, but I think he needs 1 or 2 more fights before getting to that title or getting to someone like Israel Adesanya, who's cleared out the whole division. So I believe that a rematch is in order. I think that rematch would be huge because there's so much history behind it. Yes, Alex is 3-0 against Izzy, but it's a completely different sport. Kickboxing versus MMA. The guard's different. The way you stand is different. The threat of the takedown is different. There's so many things in MMA that you don't have to worry about when you're doing kickboxing. So, yeah, I think the rematch is in order, but I wouldn't be surprised if they give Alex someone else, someone like Rob Whittaker, or the winner of Rob Whittaker versus Paulo Costa, which I'm going to be honest, Whittaker's probably winning that fight. But yeah, I don't see Alex holding onto the belt for that long, if I'm being honest. The only way I could see him holding onto it is if he's just too big for people. Because he's a big dude. I don't know how big he is compared to Rob Whittaker, but if there's a big size difference there, it might be hard for Rob to take him down. But yeah, fucking 8 MMA fights and he's the UFC champion. That's impressive. Yeah. I've covered everything I want to cover. Yeah, that's about it. So if you enjoyed my little breakdown and my thoughts on the fight, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.